Gia đình phải hy sinh cho nhau. Mẹ đã trải qua nhiều khó khăn. Con phải chịu khó thì sẽ thành công.
My mother's words play back like a scratchy recording.
Gia đình phải hy sinh cho nhau.
Quiet,
Đã trải qua
muffled,
rất nhiều
persistent.
khó khăn. Con phải chịu khó thì sẽ thành công.
Faded notes in the soundtrack of my childhood memories. The words are scrambled. Meanings associate with memory. Hastily connected synapses between Vietnamese and English,
Cho mẹ thất vọng.
past and present.
Salad với cá đúng không?
Nó bán cả trứng cá nữa.
Con không thích trứng cá.
Maybe she used to always say,
Cố gắng lên,
try harder, work hard. But my memory fails to catalog her precise words. Instead, I hold on to her stories. Childhood.
Khi còn nhỏ.
Khi còn nhỏ. Worried wide eyes search for her words.
Hy sinh.
Hands
Khó
flail
khăn,
through the Vietnamese words, grasp
Hy sinh,
clumsily for meaning,
khó khăn,
yet catch
chịu
only
khó.
her tone, her tears, her distant stare. Throughout my youth, her life served as a tấm gương, a mirror, a model of work, struggle, and triumph. I listened attentively to stories of her lost childhood in post-war communist Vietnam, her young motherhood escaping into the night with her children, her unforgettable boat journey, and my miracle birth in the Malaysian refugee camp. Stories shared in the darkest of nights between only my mother and me as we lay under the patchwork blanket of my Vietnamese comprehension ability. She used a certain vocabulary to tell her stories.
Hy sinh, khó khăn, chịu khó.
I did not understand their precise meaning,
thành công.
but became familiar with their
Hy
sounds.
sinh, khó khăn,
Whispers of
chịu
the
khó,
past
thành
professed
công.
through stories of struggle
Hy
and
sinh,
sacrifice.
Khó khăn,
Hy sinh,
chịu
khó khăn, chịu khó. The words were fragmented totems, heavy with the metaphysics of meaning and untranslatable into the American English of my suburban childhood realities. I held the totems in my hand, ran my fingers along their textures, and carefully placed them in my treasure chest. The words represented my mother's life. Each word embodied tales of world past, dreams lost, the impossible overcome. But every so often, the words forcibly made their way into bouts of resentment and mistranslated arguments. Your parents sinned for your life in America. You do not know what khó khăn is. We have to chịu khó every day to provide for you. Over the years, the Totemic words became increasingly distant and indistinguishable. Their universe of meanings collapsed into each other, a nebulous cloud of hazy interpretation. Adulthood, bây giờ. Chớp mắt tỉnh dậy, một tay nắm chặt không buông ra, một tay thêu một hình ảnh mới trên tranh. Phải giữ lại mỗi từ, mỗi câu, mỗi ý không hiểu rõ. Tự học, tự biết, tự hiểu. I reopen the chest, lift out the lexical totems lightly covered with a dusty sheet of forced forgiving. Sacrifice, suffering, perseverance, I think. I fumble with the words, utter their sounds between my untrained lips, and feel the soft sonic warmth hover around my ears. Heroic nostalgia seep past the temporal and linguistic distance of miscomprehension. I try out the words in context, the way she used to, or at least the way I remember she used to. Family must hasten for each other. Mother has experienced so much khó khăn. You must chịu khó in order to be successful. Through the looking glass, khó khi nhìn lại. Tra từ điển tìm lại những từ mất đi quên rồi. Có phải là đây không? Hay là cái này? Mình cất đi hay để quên ở đâu rồi? An examination glass of logic, dictionaries, distance peer into blurry memories. Khó khăn. I think I know you now. As an adjectival specter, khó, you haunted all things difficult. School was khó, work was khó. But as a noun khó khăn, you are an undeniable force. On the surface, it means difficulty, but in context implies the crushing weight of suffering. Khó khăn was how my mother operated. Khó khăn was a relentless heavy fog on her past, her present, her future. Khó khăn, the only constant in life, and chịu khó, the only antidote. Chịu khó, you are both everywhere and nowhere, hiding in context and unspoken subtleties. I regretfully have come to know you. As a verb of action with inaction, chịu commanded quiet strength and patience. Somewhere between endure, concede, and tolerate, I found its meaning intolerable. Chịu conjured immediate obedience. Thôi, ráng chịu đi con, was a regular command for the kids to no longer be kids. Translated, it meant something along the lines of, exasperated sigh, my child, you must understand and accept our current circumstances because there is no other choice. Together, chịu khó literally carried the heavy meaning, endure suffering, withstand difficulty, accept hard times. A state of becoming, the realization of thành công. Anh đã cầm gì vậy? Cho con xem đi. What are you holding in your hand, mother? Let me see, please.
Đây là cả một đời công lao của mẹ. Một nắm hy sinh, 2 nắm khó khăn, 3 nắm chịu khó. Con đếm lại đi, con có đủ để mua thành công cho con chưa? Con đếm lại đi.
This is a lifetime of my labor. 1 handful of sacrifice, 2 handfuls of suffering, 3 handfuls of perseverance. My child, can you count this for me again? Is this enough to purchase success for you? Khăn is a state of becoming, a transformation, a realization of something we all seek. Công means work. It is a lifetime of your labor, your hands, your sacrifices. Thanh plus công means a realization of your labor, or in other words, success. I hold the totems one by one in my hands. Hy sinh, khó khăn, chịu khó. Their edges are worn, their spirits tired. My hands automatically reach for all of them at once, but the words refuse to stay in my grasp.
My mother will play back like a scratchy recording, quiet, muffled.
I close my eyes and echo that exasperated sigh I hear so often. Thôi, con đừng lo, mẹ lo cho. Her resounding voice slips between the totemic words in a blanket embrace, cradling my hands, delicately shielding each word, meaning, memory.
Bài thơ nói về cái gì?
Về ngôn ngữ, về trí nhớ, không phải trí nhớ nhưng mà về quá khứ để mình nhớ lại, là mình di vẽ đúng rồi, về di vãng những cái gì mà mình nhớ lại đó, rồi mình đặt một ý nghĩa khác, mình làm nên một ý nghĩa khác, mình phân tích một cách khác đó.